Hi and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. If you are new and you like makeup, beauty, hair or hauls, then please consider subscribing. So for today's video, I'm going to be testing out some more Aldi makeup. I did one of these a good few months ago now, but they've brought out some newer dupes since. They are absolutely smashing it with the makeup dupes or beauty dupes lately. They really are. I got the body shimmer oil, I got the CC serum, I got some puffs, I also got an eyeshadow quad, and I got the set and forget eyebrow setter, or eyebrows. Oh, and this as well, the Rosewater spray. So we are going to start off with primer. So this is the Lacura CC Serum Glowing Base. It says hydration and colour correction. This is in the shade Tulip. They also had Peach, which is more for kind of medium to deep skin tones. So it says Lacura CC Serum Glowing Base is a multi-purpose makeup base with built-in skincare benefits, formulated with papain, rose extract and sunflower oil. This CC serum delivers hydration, subtle colour correction and a soft focus effect for visibly brighter looking skin. Lovely. Perk up dull uneven skin tones with a rosy toned glow to the face and body with the shade Tulip for light to medium skin tones. Right then, so I think this is supposed to be a dupe for the By Terry, I can't remember the name of it now. Sunny Glow, is it? Something like that. Now this cost, I think this was $4.99. Very nice packaging. So this is what it looks like. So we have a glass bottle here. It's got 30 ml in there. As I say, this is in the shade Tulip. And I've just noticed it's got 12 months expiry on it as well. So that's pretty good. We have a really nice looking pump. I think I'm just going to massage it in with my hands actually. Oh, it's a really nice pump. It feels like a good quality pump. I think we'll start off with 2. So that's what it's like. It's a really nice texture as well. It's quite thick, but you know, not like, it's kind of thick and a little bit kind of moussey feeling, if that makes sense. Feels lovely and cooling actually on the skin. Oh, it smells really nice. It smells like rose. You know, that kind of old smell. Reminds you of your grandma. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, do you know what? That's really good because it's taken the redness down on that. I had a burn there. Well, I have a burn there, I should say, with the tongs. I did it yesterday. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, in person, in the mirror, it still looks pretty red, but on camera, it depends how the light catches it. Look, if I look up, you can see it more. Look at that glow. Feels really nice. It definitely feels very serum-like, more than like your average primer. But I mean, it is a CC serum, you know, it's not supposed to be a primer and that's it. It's, you know, got skincare benefits in it as well. A little bit, not too much, but a little bit of a tacky feel to it. Yeah, I love it. I think it's really nice. It feels so good on the skin. I can't describe enough. It doesn't feel like it's going to peel or anything like that. It feels beautiful, actually. I'm just going to pop a little bit more on my neck. So we just take one more pump and we just go over my neck as well. Yeah, and it definitely feels like really nice and hydrating as well, I will say. You know, if you're someone like myself that suffers with dry skin, I think that this is going to be a really good one. It's quite plumping. I've got some on my nail. It's quite plumping as well. I really like how that looks on my skin. Definitely brightening, like it says. Right, so next we'll try this. I'm going to try this on my collarbone area, I think. This is the Lacura Body Shimmer Oil, which is supposed to be a dupe for the, is it Nux or Nukes? Body oil. It looks almost identical actually. This is a multi-purpose oil, so you can use it on your body, your face, your hair. I'm going to use it on my body. So we have like a little, you know, shaker thing. Can't really smell anything at the moment. Right, so I'm just gonna come up a bit. I'm gonna use it kind of on my collarbone area. I'm gonna use a brush, I think. So I'm gonna put some onto the brush. Oh, it's really thick. I thought it was going to be like, you know, quite runny. I expected it to be so runny that it was going to go everywhere, to be honest, which is why I did this. Maybe I can do it. Oh. Yeah, scrap that. I've just got it on my dress. Right. I think we'll start off with that. I don't know because it's kind of gone into the bristles. And then we'll go over my collarbones with this. Ooh, look at that. Well, we'll just go over here, I think. Yeah, I quite like a kind of a highlighted collarbone, especially this time of year when the sun is, let's be honest, usually shining. It's been a bit naff the weather lately, hasn't it? Oh, I can't believe I got it on my dress. That'll wash off. Is that coming across on camera? Because it looks really nice in person. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's not too oily. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel uncomfortable oily. It feels really nice, actually. Nice and hydrating. No more, I would say, than, you know, a moisturiser. So it doesn't have that really horrible sticky oiliness to it. But it also has, I mean, it's clear glitter. You know, it's not like a sheen. It is full on glitter. But it looks really nice on my collarbones. But light isn't the best at picking up glitter, so I doubt you'll be able to see that too. Oh, you can a little bit there. So yeah, it's like a really nice kind of gold shimmer. This would be beautiful on holiday with a nice deep tan. Stunning. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about putting it on my face. I think it might be a little bit too much for me on my face because I'm someone that doesn't even like my highlighters to be glittery. But yeah, I mean, if you do, you probably love it. But yeah, it's lovely on the body. And I mean, it might be nice in the hair. I don't think I'd use it in my hair, but you know, you can if you want to. Right then, so next I'm going to do brows and we're going to go on with this one here. This is the Lacura Set and Forget 24-hour Wear Grooms, Defines and Sets Brows. Comfortable, flake-free formula, dual-sided one for precision application and for all hair colours. So this is what the packaging looks like. Very Benefit-esque, should we say. And this is quite clearly a dupe for the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. Oops. Do you know, I used to use that all the time and loved it. No reason I stopped using it, I just haven't for ages. I prefer kind of tinted brow gels lately. Yeah, look, the wand's the same as well. So it's like this, so it's like flat, and then we have short bristles on one side and longer ones on the other, which is exactly what the Benefit one's like. It smells quite similar as well, actually. I always used to think that smelled a bit gluey, which that one does as well. So this is the packaging. So we've got this kind of like silvery look, and as I say, this is the wand here. I'm going to use this the same as what I used to use the Benefit one like, which was to take the side, like the flat side, and just a bit of primer there, and just run it through like that, almost like plonk it on top. And then I'd let it kind of sit for a minute just to slightly dry. So then taking the comb bit, so the longer one, I'd kind of comb through. Definitely doesn't dry down as quickly as the Benefit one, I wouldn't say. Yeah, the Benefit one, I'd find that after, you know, a minute of it just sitting there, it would be quite kind of almost a bit tacky, so you could like manipulate the hairs quite well, whereas this one still feels quite kind of liquidy. Then I'm just going to take my finger. I haven't done my brows like this for ages, and just kind of do that. So if you just want the complete fluffy brow look, that's how it looks. I don't tend to do that nowadays. So then what I'm going to do is go back into the brush and just kind of guide the hairs in a bit of a curve, which to be honest isn't doing that well. This definitely doesn't have the hold that the Be Perfect one, Be Perfect? Benefit one does. Yeah, it's Yeah, it's not got much hold at all, to be quite honest with you. Well, it doesn't seem to anyway. We'll see when it properly dries down. The Benefit one used to go quite crispy as well, which, to be honest with you, is one of the things that I wasn't so keen on. I didn't like that kind of crispy brow look. So yeah, that's not a bad thing, but yeah, I don't know. I think I prefer my tinted one. Yeah, it definitely doesn't dry down the same. They're still quite kind of soft, I would say. I have just quickly gone over. I don't normally kind of use any, you know, penciling in type products anymore because, as I say, I just kind of use a brow tint. But I have, obviously, because it's Claire, had to do that, and that has gone over it fine. So if you're someone that likes to sort of pencil in any hairs or whatever after you've done your gel, then with this, it works absolutely fine to do that. So next we'll move on to eyes, and for that I have this one here. So the last time I did one of these videos, I did actually test a different one of these. Can't remember the name of it. It was another, it was kind of like a more reddy sort of toned one, but this one is the Perfect Nude Quad eyeshadow palette, and this is supposed to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury ones. The last one I tried was really nice actually. So looks like this. So we've got this kind of rose gold packaging here, and then this is the colour story. It's really pretty, you know, the perfect kind of quad for just any look really. You can do an everyday look, you can do an evening glam look with it. I'm going to do something quite simple today, but yeah, perfect for holiday as well actually. So we've got 2 matte shades and 2 shimmers. So I'm going to do something, as I said, quite kind of simple today. I'm going to start off with this shade here, so the lighter one of the 2 mattes, and I'm going to work that one into my crease. So it goes on really nice, like it's really nicely pigmented. I did find this with the last one as well actually. I was really impressed, and yeah, it's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to get this one as well, because they are beautiful little quads. That's a really nice shade as well. It's kind of like a neutral clay pinky shade. Yes, it's just really nice. It's not patchy at all. They're really smooth shadows as well. Like, they feel really nice quality. I've tried the kind of, you know, the Urban Decay type ones that they do, like the bigger palettes, and I wasn't as impressed with those. I found them quite chalky, whereas this formula is completely different. It is much better quality and really nice and smooth. I don't have a shadow light enough really to blend out the edge of this, so I'm just dipping into my loose powder just to take it around the edge of this shade. Yeah, really nice. That's actually blended out lovely. So I'm going to take the darker brown one now, which is the only other matte in there, and we're going to use that on the outer part here. It's a really nice kind of softer chocolate brown. It's not too dark. It's kind of like, you know, the perfect wearable sort of dark brown really. Again, it's going on perfectly fine. It doesn't come off as dark as it does in the pan, I will say that. It's yeah, you know, like I said before, it's a lot softer, but I mean on the brush even, and in the pan it looks a lot deeper of a brown shade than it does on the lid. However, it is still really nice, and it's blended into that kind of pinky one quite nicely as well. So we're going to go on with the shimmer next, and I'm going to go for, I think, the gold one on the front of my lid. I'm just going to use my finger, and then I'm going to pop a little bit of this like champagne-y one right on the inner corner as well. So it looks pretty on the finger there, so I'm just going to whack this on, as I say, with my finger just over this front bit. It's more of a kind of a topper than a full-on shimmer, I would say. It's still lovely, still really pretty, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't feel like it's, you know, it's not foiled or anything like that. It's pretty though. It is pretty. And then, as I said, I'm going to take a little bit of that champagne-y one, this one here, and use that just on the very inner part of the lid. I'll just take this one on a little brush just so I can be a little bit more precise and get right in there. On the lid to what it does in the pan. I mean, in the pan it looks completely different. When it's on, it's actually pretty close in colour to the other shimmer. Yeah, that is cute though. Right, so I've just finished off my base. I have to say that CC serum underneath is so nice. My foundation layered over it beautifully, really lovely. Yeah, definitely very nice and hydrating, which I feel is the main reason that it did go over it so nicely. I didn't get any dry patches like around my usual areas around here. Yeah, really nice. So as I say, just underneath, I'm just going to run a little bit of the brown on the outer corner here and literally just kind of like blend it through. Tiniest amount on the outer corner, just to make it a little bit more kind of cohesive, just so that it joins. And then with what's left on the brush, I'm just going to kind of tickle it underneath. Lovely. I really like this eye look actually. As I say, it's really wearable, but yeah, it's really nice. So I just need to do a little bit of powder. So we're going to try out these sponges, or puffs I should say. I have been loving puffs lately. For someone that never used to wear powder, lately I have been. I've kind of discovered one that I really like, which is the Skin Food one. So I've got the lid off at the moment, but it's this one here. The peach powder, so good, really affordable as well. It's a Korean brand and it's so affordable, but it is so fine. Smells like peach as well, and yeah, it's just a really nice powder. For me, you know, it's the only one I really like. So I'm just going to dip into that a little bit and then take the rest or the excess onto my arm, and then all I do really is around this area here. Yeah, these work really well. They're really soft, like really soft. Sometimes I find that the kind of the cheaper puffs that you buy can be quite firm, and yeah, they just don't really hold the product very well. Whereas this one is really nice and soft, and yeah, it seems to be, you know, holding the product really nicely. See, that looks quite kind of smooth there now. And I'll just go around my chin, just where the areas are where I tend to get more oily really. And that's, so I don't do like over my bronzer and blusher highlighter and that. And I just like to go over my nose as well, because I find that my nose, oh sorry, my nose is getting quite oily as I've got older. And then I'm not using much at all. I'm just, as you can see, that's all there is on the puff. And then I just kind of put the excess onto my arm, because I'm not a fan of the kind of, you know, the powdered matte look. I think it looks great on younger skin, but when you get older, it kind of emphasizes any fine lines and wrinkles that you have. Yeah, it's a really good sponge, really nice. I love it. As I say, really nice and soft, holds the product well. Yeah, can't complain. I think they were £3.99 for 2 of them. So to finish off, I am going to take this. So I think, I'm guessing this is kind of like a dupe for the Mario Badescu, although people don't tend to use that anymore since the drama. But yeah, so we're going to use this. I like a bit of Rosewater anyway. Oh, it just smells so good. It smells similar to the CC serum, so it's got that kind of rose smell, which you would expect from Rosewater. But I'm going to spray this on as kind of like a setting refresher spray. Oh, it's quite a... I'm right back here, and it is quite strong, that spray. Whew. I feel like I'm being attacked by a super soaker or something. It is quite strong. Yeah. Let's dry it down a bit. Do you know, it's nice though. It's left the skin looking really nice. I wouldn't say it's left it looking, you know, as dewy as my usual setting spray would. I know this isn't like classed as a setting spray, although it does say on the back that you can use it to give your makeup a freshen up with a dewy finish. I wouldn't personally say it gives a dewy finish. It kind of doesn't look any less matte, it doesn't look any more matte, less or more dewy than it did before I put it on, but I do feel like it does kind of, you know, merge things together nicely, freshen things up a bit like a setting spray would. So here is the finished look, and overall I actually really like this. I think it's turned out really well. The eyes, I love those little eyeshadow palettes. These are so good. For the £4.99 that they cost, I think they are so worth it. Yeah, really nice. If you see those, pick them up. Highly recommended. The CC serum, really like that as well. I find it really hydrating. It definitely kind of gave a bit of a dewy sort of colour correcting finish underneath the foundation, I would say. The body oil, yeah, really nice. You know, I'm definitely gonna take that on holiday the next time I go away, whenever that might be. But yeah, and pop a little bit of that on when I've got a tan, because I think it'll just look absolute chef's kiss over a tan. I really do. The brow gel, not so keen on that. It doesn't really do anything, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, definitely prefer my tinted brow gels nowadays. Compared to the 24-hour brow setter, this is nothing like it in formula. Puffs, really nice, really good. I'll definitely be using those regularly as well. And the spray, really nice for a freshen up, I would say, over the top, you know, throughout the day. But I wouldn't say it gives a dewy finish. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate it. It'd mean the absolute world to me if you did enjoy watching this video and you would like to see more content from me in the future, and you would like to subscribe to my channel. Until then, thanks for watching. Bye!